Hi, this is Adrienne Barbeau. Just call me Billy. Everyone does. And you're listening to withoutyourhead.com.
Some really fun people.
I do.
You
I get
do.
them right here, yeah. Hey, we're live here at the Station of Decapitation Without Your Head. And we're at 18th Annual Buried Alive Film Festival. I'm Nasty Neal. This is the lovely and talented and cool glass-wearing
Jennifer
Pearl. And the reason why I hesitate there, I know it's Jennifer Pearl, but when I've been doing these, I've been letting people introduce themselves. And I did not tell them beforehand, so they had no idea about that.
No worries.
And this is, he's also lovely, John Devlin, and talented. Award-winning.
Mm-hmm.
2 award winners here.
Mm-hmm.
Sharp. I feel very underdressed. I just have this like flannel shirt on. Next time I come, I'm wearing fur and the top. I'm bringing the top hat.
Listen, you're nobody in Atlanta unless you're wearing fur.
That's right. All right.
And
Now
I
I
know
know.
nobody's.
Nobody told me before. Well, I did bring fur on my microphone.
Yeah,
Oh,
that is
there
a
you
good one, actually.
Yeah,
I do want to touch that.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can fondle my microphone.
I will.
John already has.
Yeah,
For quite a
I can't stop myself.
Yeah. So tell people, what was your film?
So my film was part of the Cinema Challenge, and it's called I'm Always Here. And it was directed and written by Doug Williams, which was his directorial debut. And I'm really proud of it. I'm super proud. The cinematography is beautiful. Very happy with my performance. I was told I moved quite a few people. So that's always what you hope for as an actor, for sure. But I'm very proud of it.
Yeah, you were great in it.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And so explain to people who don't know what the 13-day cinema challenge is.
Yeah, so it's a really fun challenge. You get 13 days. It's all horror. And so to kick off the challenge, you pick a card that tells you what genre of horror that you're going to do. And then you also pull a card against humanity, which if you play that game, those cards can say literally anything. Yeah. And you have to use that within your film in some sort of way. And then 13 days to submit, to write, film, edit, submit. And then the time limit is 12 minutes? It has to be 12 minutes 13, or less, like 12 or 13 or less.
I think everything's 13.
Right, and that's including the title card and the credits and all the bumpers that you have to put in there. So it is challenging. It's not quite as crazy as a 48-hour challenge, which most people
I think you get a little better quality stuff. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. And that's what makes it great and really entertaining to come and watch because, you do get some better quality things. And I really enjoyed all the films I saw this year submitted for the Cinema Challenge.
Because I think it's cool because it's like it's still a challenge, but it's not like just get anything done in 2 days. That's
that's pretty wild. I only did that one time and I didn't really have very much fun, and I really like to have fun when I'm filming. Even in a 13-day window, you could still pack in some fun and do some really great stuff. So it's still stressful though. It's definitely stressful because scheduling is really hard. You only have 13 days, and so if everybody is busy during the week, that's a problem.
And that includes everything, editing and, writing.
Right, exactly. Finding your locations, gathering up your equipment. I mean, all of that.
Because I think a lot of people think 13 days, a lot of people technically shoot the feature in 13 days.
They
haven't written it all at the same time.
Exactly. And you don't know what you're writing because you have to get your genre card and you have to get your card against humanity. So you legit go from there and sit down and start writing. And sometimes you can't finish writing until you know your location or something like that. So, that becomes challenging. It's fun.
Do they pick the teams beforehand or is it like the director? Is it like the teams?
Right. Yeah. It's kind of just up to the people. If you want to be part of the challenge, you put together your own team or you jump on
put together the team first before you.
Yeah, a lot of people do, but it doesn't have to be a complete team either. So like in my case, I wasn't even here. Doug wanted to do the challenge. He came and selected his cards. He decided what he was writing, and we had worked together on another film where the kind of vibe of the character was similar to the one he was writing in his story. And so for him, it was a no-brainer. He only needed one actor for this film, so he reached out to me on like day 3 or 4 into the challenge. Was like, hey, we're filming this weekend. Here's the script. if you're into it, please be my actress. And so then I came onto the team. Yeah.
And you did Cinema Challenge too.
Yes, I was in 2 films in the Cinema Challenge. So I technically
It
wasn't.
was a really short festival for you. You were only like in 3 or 5.
Yeah,
years.
3. Yeah.
He always does that every year. Last year he was in like 3 of them.
Yeah,
For the
3
Cinema
of the
Challenge.
Cinema Challenge, and I had 2 films in the What the Fuck block last year.
Yeah, he's always killing it. I love John.
But yeah, I did 2 Cinema Challenge. I had 3 lined up. The third team just had some issues and weren't able to do the challenge. But I did the discount damage. That was kind of like a last minute thing I did. That I was on the email for their help wanted thing, and I was like, well, on free Sunday, they need somebody Sunday, I'll be there Sunday. And I did their film. It was a 12-hour shoot. Joe Volpe did it. It was more like a comedy, kind of Ghostbusters, Goosebumps type of vibe to it. So real fun. You know, they had like a shrimp card that they pulled that implement shrimp somehow.
Oh, that. You know what I did? I didn't even put that together. Now I understand. Now it makes more sense.
That's what the deal was with the shrimp in the film.
So they did some wacky stuff.
Yeah.
You know? And I was kind of disappointed. The third one that I was supposed to be involved with, they pulled Fuck Mountain. And I was like, yeah, let's do Fuck Mountain.
Yeah.
And there's no like limitations or restrictions on how you use what the card
You can
says.
interpret
No
it however
limits
you
on
want.
Fuck Mountain.
Right, exactly. And I think it's important to add too is that for this challenge, everybody on the teams, they're all just volunteering their time.
Yeah.
Nobody's getting paid for any
Right.
of this, you know. So everybody's there because they want to be there.
Yeah. Well, in the future, you should make your own Fuck Mountain. If it
Yeah.
Yeah. He would.
It's I probably will.
It's right up his alley.
That's gonna be a big feature film. So I definitely.
I also did the Offering with James Mathis directing. I'd worked with them last year, so I kind of had already sort of arranged something with them as far as like making something for this challenge. Constance Payne, who you interviewed earlier.
Well, I apologize. I called it
Aw.
Not Tina Romero.
No.
Oh Jesus!
Someone told me. Anyway, I've contacted her, apologized, and
We've
I
moved
invited
on.
her on the show.
Aw.
Do her own interview.
She's awesome
Yeah,
too. Yeah.
She's very nice. Yeah.
But that was a longer shoot. That was like 5 days. And this is a thing where you got a 13-day challenge. The studio they were supposed to shoot in burnt down like 2 days before we were supposed to shoot.
Oh, right.
And so they had to scramble and figure out locations. So there's some days that I didn't know where we were shooting until like the night before. And there were long days, and I was out in the heat, you know, wearing full
It
black.
was really hot that week.
But yeah, we got it done, and we won best cinematography, best production design for that one.
Yeah, and I've been to like local blocks at some festivals, and they're like hit miss, whatever. But the Cinema Challenge was awesome.
It was really good this year.
Everything was like really.
Mhm.
There wasn't anything like why do I have to sit there?
No, there was something entertaining in every single one of them this year. And it's interesting because one of the entries that played was some teenagers.
Yeah.
They even got some laughs. They got a really great audience response, and I love that for them so much.
They were sitting behind me, so
they were so excited that people were laughing at their jokes, and man, that made me feel good because the children are the future.
I didn't even know them, but yeah, it made me feel good too.
Yeah,
and I didn't know the one was a friend of mine's son.
Yeah.
So I asked him, I don't want to tell, but I asked him, I asked him, like, oh, have you been to a festival before? And he just looked at me like I'm some idiot or something like that. Festival. Who are you?
He actually plays my son in a film that I did called Tell Him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Kyler.
Oh, nice.
Kyler played my son in a film.
Yeah, theirs was
and now
very
he's
fun,
making his own film.
Yeah,
so
it was really fun.
Yeah, I love that.
And so you also have the WTF winner, which I had heard about as soon as I got here. I was warned. I was both warned and encouraged, depending on the person.
It was the thing to watch.
Yeah. So it's notorious.
It's got a reputation.
Punching the clown,
as penises often do.
There's a lot of penis in Punching the Clown. It's my penis. Some people didn't know it was me in the film. It's totally me with my dick out. Can I say dick?
Yeah, you can. We already said Fuck Mountain.
Yeah. Sorry for being so vulgar.
But it's like that, and that's why they made that film actually in the anthology that it's part of.
Yeah. It's part of the Fallacies anthology, which was kind of like a movement we started to balance out how women are exploited. And
What happened here? Oh, we're still alive.
we're still alive. Okay.
Kicking.
Yeah,
Black for some reason.
we wanted to kind of bring balance to exploitation in cinema, so we created Dicksploitation, and 11 filmmakers got together and whipped it out for some short films in this anthology.
Yeah, and I don't think everyone gets that. Like that. That's the point of that.
Yeah.
The like double standard. In my own film, like there's one penis, and like you can't show that on Amazon, YouTube. I
Right.
think maybe I can
It
get
becomes
YouTube. But
pornographic
yeah.
once you show a real penis.
Yeah. But you could show a prosthetic that looks like a real one, and it's
yeah,
fine.
it's fine.
Right.
Make it make sense. I
Right.
don't get it.
Right.
And so I obviously Punch in the Cloud's crazy and it's graphic and all these things, but I really liked it. I think as a point, it's shot really well. The black and white works. You look really creepy in it. So I beyond just this is insane. I really liked it. I thought it was great.
I owe my creepy look to my awesome effects person, Sierra Ray.
Uh-huh.
So she did all the clown makeup and she did the gore effects.
Did a
and
great
stuff.
job.
Yeah.
And I just had to play the clown after that point, and I was carrying my co-star on the set, so she didn't have to act too
It's
much.
very creative. There's a lot of. I don't want to ruin, spoil it, but there's a lot of creative stuff in it with like a balloon pump.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm into it. So John's just not the dick guy. I think you're a talented guy. Always you give a lot of presence on screen, and so this is a very touchy-feely show. And also, I know you had told me that you're known for crying and side boob, or whatever. But I always think you're very talented as well, and
Thank you.
and a very nice person. And
Thank
I always like
you.
seeing you.
I appreciate that. I mean, I say that because, they're kind of like how John is saying about the exploitation of women and, just being a pretty girl in film. Like when I tell people, oh yeah, I like to act in movies, oftentimes the reaction to that is, what kind of movies?
Yeah.
So the expectation obviously is, to do like the super graphic things with the tits out always. So it's actually really nice to do something like this because that was the least amount of ego I've ever had in any film that I've ever done. I went in very raw, like zero makeup. It's a very depressed character, and I just put it all out there, and it's very opposite of what I normally do, which oftentimes includes nudity, and I get killed a lot. I'm murdered a lot. People love to see a pretty girl get murdered on film. So I really appreciated being able to do this. And because I am good at crying, show some tits, but I'm really good at crying.
Oh, yeah, you cry so much.
Yeah,
Emoting, not just the crying.
it is. It's the emoting, and that's what I really want people to take away from that, because I feel like as an actor, emoting is one of the hardest things to do. How do you convey what emotion that you're trying to convey without words? Because there's not a lot of dialogue in that film, but you knew exactly how I was feeling throughout it, and so that's why I'm very proud of my work there. It's one of the ones that I think I'm most proud of. So
what is your background in acting?
Well, my mom, I was the only daughter. She wanted a daughter really bad. So she put me in everything when I was a kid. I did all the different types of dancing. I did modeling. I did pageantry. She got me an acting agent. So I was in acting classes, like from the time that I was a little kid. I did commercials that my agent had me in. I did theater acting. I did theater acting all the way through high school. And then, I graduated high school and had to fuck around. So, I wasn't doing any kind of acting for a long time. I was too busy just partying and whatever. And then COVID happened. And at the time, I had a lot of friends that were had been working a lot in The Walking Dead, which is here in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And so COVID happened. I wasn't working. And my friend who's on the dead called me up and was like, hey, they're gearing up to do the final season. They're looking for walkers. Do you want to come out and be a zombie on The Walking Dead?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, man. Yeah. Yes. So I went out and spent 16 hours on set one day and remembered how much I fucking love acting. And so I actually am in every episode of the final part of the final season on The Walking Dead. I'm on either as a walker, but I also made it on as a survivor in the final survivor camp. So you can see my face. There is one episode where Daryl Dixon is talking and I'm right behind him just chilling on the porch, my full face. But yeah, that kind of reignited like the love for the acting. And what was great about that is because I was in Atlanta, when I realized I wanted to do more of it, I looked around and realized that most of my friends were already in the horror scene and the indie horror scene in Atlanta. So it just kind of was great for me, you know, to be able to just jump in on things that people were doing. And, you know, I'm grateful for like Shannon gave me a chance on the Fangover. You know, I was a nobody at that point. She didn't know, but she put me on it. And now it's just been like a snowball. People see that and they want to work with me. And so.
Well, that's a great thing about independent film is, you know, obviously you have to be talented, but if you find people you like.
Right.
And you trust.
Yes. That's a big part of it. You know, film in Atlanta is a big thing, but if you know people, you know, then that's half the battle. You got to have talent, but you also got to know people. You got to have a foot in the door somewhere. And you know, I don't think people think about that sometimes. People are like, oh, I want to be an actor. I think I'm going to move to Atlanta. And they think they can just move here and get an agent. That's it. But it's not like that.
The good thing is like festivals. That's how you meet people. And that's how I got
involved. I try to tell people that all the time. I invite aspiring actors. I'm like, well, you need to come to these festivals with me. And sometimes I'm like, you know, I know horror's not really your thing. I'm like, but these are filmmakers who are making film. And you got to start somewhere. And like, and that's the best place that I've met people is at these festivals. Like it's the best networking. And especially if you've got some of your work showing, then you can find somebody that you want to work with and they see you, they want to work with you. It just, you know.
Yeah, I was just going as this press, and then for whatever reason, you know, people thought I was cool or interesting. I fooled everybody, and then they, you know, put me in stuff. And,
exactly. That's how it goes, you know.
And what's your? Well, I know you're a wrestler beforehand. Did that lead into the acting?
Yes, it did. I did acting in like high school. You know, I'd write and direct plays in high school. But it was never really like a career path I had in mind. It was like something cool I thought I could do, but it's like, okay, I got to get a real job. But then I had the wrestling bug. I went and found somebody to train me in wrestling, which wrestling is, or pro wrestling is like theater. It's live athletic theater. And so there's like some improv involved, and you know, you're playing a character. So, you know, it was like 15 years of doing that. There's a lot of acting involved. At some point I was like getting tired of getting beat up all times, and I had an opportunity to go onto a set of Amazon Hotbox and do like fight choreography, and you know, had a few lines, did some stunts, and I got the acting bug from there. And I was like, I think this is my transition point. I'm going to get out of this wrestling shit and get into the acting shit. And then that kind of turned into like, well, like COVID happened and like some of my acting gigs dried up, and I'm like, well, I'm sitting here at home. I'm just gonna make my own damn movie. And then I like taught myself how to edit, got a camera, and just shot. You know, and you played that film, and you're in several.
Honestly, you telling me that made me like I need to bring back Severed Limbs, and I started Severed Limbs because of COVID. And
I didn't know that.
I kind of I joke about this, but I do think it was the first virtual film festival. Because I was like, it was right at the start of COVID. I was like, no one can do anything. Let's like get together.
That makes so much sense. And you aired the Fangover on the same one, which was actually the first film I did since, you know, rediscovering my love for acting. That was the very first one that I did.
So, I mean, honestly, hearing that from both you guys and a couple other people told me similar thing. It does mean something to me. And I was like, I'd like to bring it back. I need to find a platform because all the platforms kick me off. But
I probably contributed to that.
You and your dick.
Sorry. Just
always whipping out his dick.
I had to take a nudity course, which was ridiculous.
HR got involved.
One of the questions. This is a side thing, but it was like, you know, Billy says it's hot if Jill like pees in the snow and eats it or something. Is this allowed on YouTube? And I was like, no. And then it's like, well, why? And I was like, you can't urinate on YouTube. And then it was like, no, you can if it's educational or art. And I'm like,
Oh, there's
are you
educational.
telling me like if I post this video of me explaining how to pee in the snow, like,
Oh
you're,
my
you're not gonna get,
gosh.
but it's like so stupid.
Well, I had my entire channel banned for my art.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Well, actually, along those lines, what do you do with your shorts? Like, what kind of what platforms are there out there?
So, like the erecting a monster, they they started off as just I didn't even intend for them to be 3 parts. I just did the challenge
Yeah.
for FrankenCon, and people kept asking for a sequel, so I made some
It
more.
was so good.
Thank you.
It was so good.
And the sequels kind of got progressively crazier,
More and more ridiculous.
and so I ended up putting them on Blu-rays. Like I'm self,
Yeah.
distributing those. As far as like Punch and the Clown and Fallacies, I'm also self-distributing those, but it's kind of like it's an anthology feature, so there's like other directors involved, and Demiziano Cristofaro is one of those guys, and he also uses Tetra Video to kind of do some distribution of stuff. So that's basically how we handle it. He's got his own. I'm not sure how he runs his business, but
Yeah.
I got my own like little big cartel shop that I sell all my stuff out of.
Which is one of the things that I really appreciate about him. He's really just out here doing all this stuff himself because he wants to, because he enjoys it.
Yeah.
I fucking love that.
Yeah. So how often have you guys worked together?
We've never
We
worked
haven't.
together.
Really? Oh, wow.
We've talked about it plenty, but it's like, I mean, a lot of the things that he does for his films is just I can't do it.
Sure,
I can't
sure.
do some of the things.
As
that
much
he
as I
does.
enjoy them, I wouldn't either. So I got
Right,
you. Yeah.
exactly.
And it's not that I'm against the
And I'm
doing
not against
everything.
it because
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of his art. I've said it
Yeah.
over and over. I'm a big fan. I support
And I'm
him.
sure you get that, John. It's like it's
Oh,
not
yeah,
for
I totally
everybody.
understand.
And he knows that because he approached me for Punching the Clown. He's like,
Yeah.
look, I
It was the
know.
first one.
Yeah. He's like, I know this isn't your thing, but
Yeah.
here's what I'm doing. And I had to ask.
Yeah.
And of course, I was like, that sounds fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I'm not your girl,
Yeah.
but I hope you have a great time.
Yeah.
You know? But like, we've talked about it, though. We would love for, maybe just us to act in something that somebody else has
Yeah.
wrote.
I
or
wish more
something
people
like
had that attitude, though, in general. Like, this isn't for me. I don't need to watch it.
Right.
And I don't need to, like, have it stricken from the world. Like,
yeah, no.
there's lots of things I don't watch or care about. I just don't watch them. I don't care about
I
them.
mean, I think there's a place for his art.
I
you know?
100%, yeah.
I'm just not the girl to bring it to life.
Yeah,
for
I'll
him,
watch
you
it,
know?
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not that he's asking me to be in it.
Yeah.
But it's a
And
whole
I tell
different
people
movie.
about it. I promote it too. I'm like, hey, you got to see this
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
man.
Oh yeah, she definitely hit me up. She's like, "Hey, send me that movie."
Yeah, he sends me the links to everything.
Yeah.
I gotta see.
So, Buried Alive itself, like, so I've been to lots of festivals, quote unquote, like big festivals.
Sure.
But for me, the best festivals are ones that really have a community feel,
Yeah.
and this definitely has that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
And so I don't know how long you guys have been part, like, of Buried Alive. Have you been going to it for
I
long?
mean, I guess for me, it started with the Fangover.
Right.
That was part of the Cinnamon Challenge. We were actually the challenge winners with
Oh,
the
nice.
Fangover that year, and that was, I think, 3 Buried Alives ago.
Okay, so relatively not that long.
Yeah,
ago.
yeah. So I'm kind of new-ish to Buried Alive as
Yeah.
well, I guess. But the community is great, though. That's why I keep coming back.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I did right after Amazon Hotbox. I met Robert Alvarez on that set, and he submitted to the Cinema Challenge like shortly after that, and hit me up. He's like, "Hey, I got a role if you want it." I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." So I was, one of the 3 people in that film. So that was around like 2016, 17, somewhere like that. So that was my first taste of Buried Alive. We weren't in this venue. I think it was like 7 stages or something.
Yeah.
So that was a while back, different people running it
Right.
and everything. Then there was like kind of a big gap in time. And then last year, somehow I just had like a network of people that were all submitting to this thing.
Yeah.
And they all kind of hit me up. They're like, "Hey, can you do this?" And it just happened to line up where I was available on all the days that each team was shooting. It didn't happen this year, but that's kind of how it went.
Yeah. Because it is a community. I mean, it is big
Yeah,
community
even
here.
this is my first time here, but there's like people who know each other already.
Yeah.
And And then you look forward to like, what did you make this year?
Exactly.
What are you doing next?
Yeah.
And like Joe Golpe, I was like, I met him last year at this thing, and then this year he like hits me up for a role.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you're not on the same team, you might end up working with
right.
And that happened with last year's Buried Alive. Sean Ashley, he did his film, and I loved it so much. I approached him afterwards. I'm like, put me in one of your films, and he did. I did one with him this past summer.
So now we are in a movie together.
That's right. Technically, we are in a movie together. That's right.
We just didn't get the actor
on that. We weren't in the same scenes, but he actually introduced me to Sean, so that got me in the door there. But yeah, we're technically both in that film, which hasn't it's not finished yet, but
I think he's got maybe a rough cut for that.
Right. I mean, all the filming is done, but they're still editing and whatnot. So
my advice, anyone out there, if you're interested in even just want to come and watch cool stuff, or if you do want to be involved, go and find your local festival wherever you're listening. Because you probably have one. Either you might have one really close, or like, if you're in the Atlanta area, Boston area, you can travel out.
Totally. They're all over the place, especially now. I feel like horror is really having its moments. It's getting really big. A lot more people are paying attention to it. So many of the kids are interested in it,
And you'll see stuff here that you won't see in like a mainstream.
Right.
There's like stuff like the body horror block.
Oh my
crazy
God.
stuff. The what the fuck block, crazy stuff. I didn't even get to see Sugar Rot, but you saw it.
Yeah, Sugar Rot.
I can't wait to see that movie.
Yeah, but the local festival is really the best place to meet people if you're interested in getting involved and things like that. That's really, I tell younger people, that's the best place to start for sure. Just go to the festivals, talk to people. Tell them you like their film. Tell them what you like about it.
People are very welcoming because they want to talk about their stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Come ready to talk for sure to festivals. Definitely.
Well, this was great to talk to you both.
Yeah.
Actually, neither of you have ever been on the show at all.
No,
So.
Not.
Just our films. Just our films.
All right. Well, this will not be the last time.
No.
All right. According to me, anyway. I mean, you might be like, this is the last time.
Right.
Never talk to this guy.
No. You're easy to talk with.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. And both of you. And all, the community thing. So I knew like both of you and some people. So as soon as I come here, like, it's cool to see you. I never met you in person before. And then, other people like that I never met before, but they're very welcoming.
Yeah.
Like, so-and-so. And like, you must be all right. So,
yeah, and I'm not shy. So I saw you on the very first day and I'm like, Neal Jones.
Did you yell a couple times over here? Because I thought I heard someone.
Yeah, I was yelling at you.
I heard someone said Neal Jones, but maybe
I'm not shy.
I'm just really an egomaniac, and I just assumed everyone's yelling Neal.
Surely in Atlanta they would be yelling your name.
All right. Well, thank you guys. Thanks for watching. And, where can people follow you? Like, not to your home, but like,
Please don't follow me home. That's fucking weird.
John might not mind.
Yeah, he probably would like it.
I need more actors.
I'm on the usual social medias, Instagram, Facebook, Jennifer Pearl. I think Instagram is actress Jennifer Pearl.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is funny you say that because I always do think in my mind when I ask that, like, they could probably just look these people up and find them on whatever, but I still like that.
No, it's fine. I like when people ask. And of course, both of them have all my links to my, my website and my IMDb page and all that. It's
and that stuff is important. Another thing, if you're at the festival, you should go look up, rate the movies up if they're on IMDb, or I forget what's the other one that
Letterboxd.
Yeah, Letterboxd.
Yeah, Letterboxd.
And also, if you have a movie, you should definitely put it on those.
Oh yeah, legit.
A lot of people don't.
100%.
You get good reviews on Letterboxd.
Yeah. Especially festivals.
But if you're gonna work on IMDb, make sure you work with somebody who knows what they're doing, because IMDb is not user friendly.
No, it's very hard to ever remove something.
That's what I was gonna say. If you screw it up, you're locked in. So work with somebody who knows how to use it. But it's very important. You want to put your name out there and your films and your work, and that's the best way to do it. In our community, as soon as I hear about a director or somebody wanting to work with me, I go straight to IMDb.
Yeah. And I think I have friends who don't update it all, and it's just like,
that's sad.
Yeah,
that's so sad.
Yeah, it's hard to find your stuff anywhere.
Exactly, especially in the indie world too. Because then it's like oftentimes the only place you are seeing it is when it's at festivals,
right?
And
if you're not there, then
right. So yeah, that's all important.
And yourself?
Oh, I'm John Devlin with a Jon, not a John. And
Ageless John.
so you can find me on social media under John Devlin or Dagan Films. You can also buy Fallacies and the Butt Stuff sequel, Analogies, at daganfilms.bigcartel.com. And we also have an official site, fallaciesthemovie.com. That's a PH, like phallus,
Yes.
like dick.
Yeah.
All right, very good. All right, we're getting out of here.
Bye.
Hi, this is Doug Bradley, Pinhead from the Hellraiser movies, and you are listening to Without Your Head. And you better keep listening to Without Your Head, or you will not only be without your head, you will be without your soul, because I will tear it apart.